time before I'm going to get started because we do have a lot to talk about this evening. But first of all, I want to thank you very much for taking part in this. This is a huge event. It's actually Cambrian's biggest event of the year. Courtney and I do event planning, and we're going to introduce ourselves. So my name is Allison Caruso. I'm the manager of student recruitment at Cambrian, and I'll let Courtney introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Courtney Rivard. I do special events at Cambrian College with Allison, which is part of the Student Success and Recruitment team. So we're in charge of open houses and orientation and the likes. So we're really excited to have you here. Welcome.
Thanks, Court. And can you just give me a screen sharing? I joke around that if everything goes really well, it's because of Courtney, because she's amazing and she does all of the things behind the scenes. No one ever sees what she does, but it's absolutely amazing. And she's been working on this for months. And if anything goes wrong, that's all my fault. You can blame me. So I just have a little presentation for you. We're going to go back and forth between my presentation, a little bit of the platform, even though you're in Zoom and not necessarily the platform, but it's good to have some knowledge of what's happening, just in case you get any questions. And so I'm on full screen. There we go. Okay. So like I said earlier, thank you so much for your help. We literally can't do this without a lot of help. Courtney and I can't run these events on our own, so we need a lot of support. And so we thank you so much for reaching out and putting yourself out there and being a part of this event. It's really important to us and to Cambrian, and you get to represent your program, which is awesome. So open house, like if you've never been to an open house, they're kind of amazing. So when we were on campus, the entire building was open. We had food and balloons and prizes and people, and labs were open, and there was the buzz and there was music and all these different things. And it's quite the atmosphere. And we'd have about 1,200 people come and visit us in one day. And there was always a snowstorm on spring open house, right, Court? Maybe not every year, but close.
Close.
Yeah. And but it was such great atmosphere when March 2020 hit, and we thought, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this in virtual way? Especially because we put months into planning every single big event like this, and we had 3 weeks to put it into virtual. How do we make it such an environment that we're used to, where people are feeling welcome and kind and secure and supported? And so we led the lead with all the Ontario colleges and created our own web page. It had Zoom links attached and all these different things, and it works, and it was great, and people really got to see the Cambrian spirit through the virtual atmosphere. So we continue to do that, and we use event platforms, but is with Zoom as well, and that's what you're doing today. So we're hoping to bring that Cambrian spirit once again to our new virtual platform and through you guys. So like I said, we can't do this without you. You're so important. And so there's actually over 100 students volunteering for this. So it's going to be great. We can't believe the outreach that we've had from people. So thank you. So why do we have these big events? Like, why do we do it in the first place? Well, it's for you, actually. It's for students. It's for prospective students. It's for their supporters. It's for their family. It's for their dog or whoever else they want to bring with them. We want to make sure that people feel welcome and supported, and that they can feel the Cambrian experience before they actually get to Cambrian, so that they know that people are there to help them guide through their stay at Cambrian. We always want to increase enrollment. Obviously, that's what all colleges want to do, but we want to do it with the right spirit and the right people, with people feeling comfortable coming in. We want you to be able to meet faculty and other supporters. We've had the last few open houses with like a student takeover. We've never done that before in the past. It worked brilliantly the first time, and we'll never go back because it's just so amazing to have such great spirit from the students that come in, help represent the program. We also want people to discover student services. So Glen Crombie Center, for example, for accessibility and wellness, is the biggest center of its kind in North America. To have a tiny, medium-sized Northern Ontario college have a North American record is pretty incredible, and we like to talk about that. Or there was free tutoring, or maybe you were hired to be a tutor. There's all sorts of different services that are available. We also want to make sure that we can answer any question that anybody has at any time. And that's why we have so many people that staff these events, because somebody is going to know the answer somewhere. And we want people to leave these events feeling secure and feeling safe and feeling welcomed. So we have lots of resources for you, so you have the chance to answer any question that people have. So every year, the recruitment team, there's myself and there's 5 other people on the team, and we tour Ontario, either virtually or in person, and talking to all sorts of different people about Cambrian and what we're all about. Maybe you met one of the recruiters in the past through their presentation, and we're always trying to figure out ways to bring in the student experience, because really that's the really important thing about Cambrian is what the student experience is. And we get the pleasure of hosting lots of focus groups every year. So it could be prospective students or applicants or current students or parents or guidance counselors, faculty, you name it. And the reason we do this is because we really want to know what everybody else wants to see, what everybody else wants to hear, and not just what we want to hear. And so everybody says all these nice things about Cambrian, and I don't record focus groups because I want people to feel comfortable and I don't want them to feel like we're watching them or anything like that. But I said, wouldn't it be cool if we just set up their cell phone and they could talk into their cell phone unscripted and just tell us a little bit about Cambrian. We have about 7 hours worth of people doing this, but our videographer has taken this and put it into tiny clips of about 30 seconds. You might have seen some of them on the radio or on TV. This is one that we love, and we just wanted to share it with you guys.
Oh, sorry, that is me. That's my cue.
Oh, yes, of course, sorry. You're probably talking the students away in the chat, eh? Answering questions.
There we go.
All good.
Okay. We love this video. And now my controls are being silly. Here we go. Okay.
I chose Cambrian because I've always found it so welcoming. It was a real family atmosphere.
It's been an amazing experience. There's just something that was very warm and inviting.
You will meet some of the most amazing people.
They treat you as an actual individual to try and help you reach your goals.
This is one of the times where you make some of the greatest memories that you will take with you for the rest of your life.
We love that.
Yeah, you do. Thank you, Court, for doing that. All right, next slide. There we go. All right. So why do we need you? Why do we want you at this event? Well, to be honest, students want to hear from students. You're the real reason that people come. They want to hear the experience. They want to know what you went through. They want to know the good things, the bad things, all of the things. And so they really do want to hear from students. You're our best advocates and cheerleaders. I mean, you've gone through it. You're in the program. You've also volunteered to take part in this event, which means you have the extra special edge to yourself to be able to share what it's like to be a student in your program and to go to Cambrian. And we want you to share those stories. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about stories later on. So a little bit of what to expect. So all the programs are separated into different clusters. You'll see the first one here has a little highlight next to it. It says business IT might be split into 2, and it is. It actually is split into 2 since we made this slide. So, and the reason we did that is because some rooms can be busier than others. We just want to make sure everybody has the fair chance to get out their stories and talk about programs. So you're going to see the different Zoom rooms or live sessions that they're called in the platform. One is business, one is IT, one is creative arts and design, one is community services and general studies, one is law and justice, one is engineering, technology, and environmental studies, one is and occupational safety. One is health sciences 1, and then we have a health sciences 2, which are clearly indicated which programs are in each one, because one of them is nursing and emergency services, I believe, and the other one is all the other healthcare programs. So, but they're clearly labeled on the descriptions of each one, and then one is skilled trades. So there's a bunch of them, which means that as a Zoom participant, you're not alone in the room. You're going to be with other faculty and students. And it's not even just your program. You might be with other programs, but they're like programs. So you'll be able to work off each other, and maybe you've had experience in another program that's actually in the room. So we've done this many times so far, and it really works, these pairings. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. The time is going to fly by because you're just going to spend the whole time like telling your stories. You also have a moderator in the room. So we have one person from the student success department that's super skilled in making sure that the conversation can move forward. They're going to have lots of questions that they can ask. So if there's like a slow time or something, they're going to start asking random questions to everybody in the room, and you're just going to be able to answer them. So you don't have to like come up with things on your own or anything. They're going to help guide the session with some pretty easy questions. And you're going to recognize your program coordinator because they're going to be in there with you. And they're going to also help guide the conversation because most of them have done this many times as well in the past. So they're going to know how to do that. The event does run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I have a little slide on this in a bit. Does anybody have any questions about this slide or portion? I can't actually see the chat, Court. So
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I got to move on. And if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat, put up your hand, unmute yourself, whatever works best. So the moderator's role, like I was saying, there's one in each program. They're all very experienced in how to do this. They will monitor the chat as well. So if any questions go into the chat, they'll make sure those are answered there. They're going to have FAQs and general questions to answer. They're just basically there to make sure everything runs really smoothly. You can also ask them questions. Like if you have a question, feel free to ask the moderator a question because they're going to have quite extensive documentation with them that can help them answer quite a bit of questions. So your role, and I'm going to go over this just a little bit, but is essentially you're going to be asked to introduce yourself and what program you're from and your experience in the program. And don't be afraid to talk about what you love about the program. So our video conferencing event experience is, like I've been saying, it's a little extensive. I think this is our, sixth virtual open house, I think, Courtney.
6 or 7. It's been a few.
It's been a few, and these are very large scale. Like if you don't know, there's over 100 students that are involved with this. There's over 150 faculty and staff that are involved with this. These are large scale events. And so it's a lot of logistic work by Courtney and myself trying to get everybody coordinated and ready and hyped and trained and everything like that. So these do go over very well. We have a survey that we send out at the end of every large event. And the feedback that comes back is always so fantastic. I mean, people just love the fact that they get to speak to students and staff and faculty and get their questions answered, and they feel more comfortable. And they ask like random questions too. I actually receive all of the transcripts at the end, and there are lots of like, how did you manage your time? What do you think of the homework load? Like it's all these really cool questions that they might have been afraid to ask a faculty, but they'll ask a student because you've actually gone through it and recently. And so please feel free to answer truthfully because that's what they want to hear. Cambrian's brand is fun. So we're always looking to represent the brand the best that we can. The best thing about Cambrian is that our brand is unique. It's welcoming, it's supportive. We're all a bit quirky, but we're professional and knowledgeable, and it's okay to crack a joke here and there. It's all good. Like, we really just want you to be yourself. You can see like the bottom left-hand corner. This is Move-In Weekend. We wear tie-dye shirts at school. That's what we do. And bandanas, because why not? But we also win medals, like you can see at the top right. And Bernie's our mascot, and he's around a lot. And you can see orientation in the gym is in the center there. And our end goal is just to make people feel warm and supported and eventually graduate at the end and really have a really successful life. So that's what our brand is. So always keep that in mind when you're representing Cambrian, and I know you're going to do a great job. So selling your program. So you are selling your program. That's what this is. And this is not like car sales. This is selling the value of education. This is selling the future. It really is a different kind of selling, but you're really just doing it by telling stories. You don't need facts and figures and all these different things. But the reason you're going to be so good at it is because you know your program best. You've lived it. What do you love about your program? What do you love about Cambrian? Why did you choose Cambrian? Maybe you chose another school first and decided to come to Cambrian after all. Like, you can tell that story too. Why did you choose your program? Maybe you started in one and changed to another. Maybe you've been in the same program since the beginning. Maybe you wanted to be a nurse for your entire life. Like, all of these stories are really relevant and important, and I want you to be able to tell them. What's it like to attend Cambrian? What courses do you like? What courses don't you like? Which courses do you hope you never have to take ever again? Those things are all here, all I have to say. But you always want to make sure you're staying in a positive attitude. What kind of support did you receive? Did you use the library, the Learning Center, the Glen Crombie Center, all these different things? Did you talk to a recruiter? Like, have you called info? Just email info@cambriancollege.ca every once in a while. We love your emails. We answer hundreds of them all of the time. And so we love to hear from you. And we're all going to do this using exceptional customer service. So I'm going to show you how. Like I was saying, we always want to be positive and be yourself and truthful. But I have some really key things that are important through Zoom because you're not in person. And although it's a bit different than text, because now you can see my face, you can see my facial expressions, you can hear the intonation in my voice, you can hear whether I'm using slang or not, you can hear all these things, but there's a few key things that make it really easy. They're really easy, but they're really important. So the first one is be excited. Be excited. Your enthusiasm is the best part of you. And trust me, if I was doing this training like this and just telling you to be excited like this, I don't think you'd be very enthusiastic on the way back, right? So it's okay to smile and use your best foot forward and speak up and be happy and excited. I mean, you've done this and people really want to hear that from you. They really do. I'm not saying you have to go over the top like this girl on the left here that's her hair is going wild. You don't have to do that, but it is important that you are enthusiastic and you smile. Look the part. I know it's Zoom. I get it. Everybody's been on Zoom for 2 years, but it really is important that you can look the part. If you have Cambrian wear, you can wear that. Some people I've had people that they've been supporting mining, so they wear their actual mining outfit on Zoom. Like, it's amazing. It's fine. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, I think you should do that. I want to make sure that you're ready. Like, you can see these two pictures on the right. These girls are ready to go with their smiles on. We don't want to look tired or bored or anything. We really want to avoid that. And the more enthusiasm that you bring to the stage, enthusiasm is contagious. Like, other people become enthusiastic around you because you're giving that energy and they're going to join in. So don't be afraid to be like that. Be prepared to tell your stories. So you don't have to answer yes or no. You can tell, like, think of things that you might want to talk about. Think of different things that happened to you while you were attending Cambrian. Think of the different people you met, or the things that happened in class, or maybe something funny happened on Zoom, or maybe you started in a program and then changed. Maybe you started at Cambrian, left, and then came back. Like, all of these things are super relevant to anybody that's listening because somebody is going to relate to you. So please be sure, just think of like 5 stories off the top of your head, and you can come prepared with them. You can even write down point form notes if you want, if that makes it easier for you. The moderator most likely will ask you a question and you can be ready to answer it. If you don't have a story right away, that's okay too. You can always say, yeah, can you come back to me about that? And they will, so don't worry. But just be prepared to tell some of your stories. Be clear and concise. Try not to just go off into ramblings. Sometimes it's hard, but clear and concise is the best because people are going to ask you questions. They're going to want the best answer they can. I love this meme, this 2024 meme. This is a little bit different because it's in text, but you can see how clear and concise really does make a difference. So somebody had asked if there was any other PSW programs, which is personal service worker, funded by the government. They'll be starting. And if you know anything about the PSW funded programs, it's a lot to talk about what funding it's which and when and where and how and why and what do I have to do. There's lots of things. And instead of going into it like they could have, they didn't. They just answered the 3 intakes are April 5th, May 10th, and June 14th. And look how they responded. Okay, thank you! Exclamation mark. So that's all they wanted to know. And they said, you're welcome. That ended the conversation. Remember to share the floor. You're going to be in a room with other people. There's going to be other people there that also want to tell their stories, including faculty. So feel free to, especially if you have like friends in the room, like feel free to throw the floor to them or to your faculty, or, hey, remember this, to get people to join in. The camaraderie that can happen when you're working with others in a Zoom room really is contagious as well. We have this rule in the recruitment department that whenever we start an event, we don't use a weight room. That's myself and 5 other people, and we start the event half an hour early, and it's just us chatting in a room. We're kind of doing like checks and does this work? Does that work? Hey, did you see this? And who won the game last night? And all these different things. And you can come and just listen to us chatter, and people really love it. Instead of making someone wait in the weight room, it's just chatter between people, and you can see how much we get along and how quirky we are and how funny and weird and all these different things, and professional, and how much we care about people that are coming to join us. So feel free to share the floor with other people. Try and be as articulate as possible. This is an educational institution, so it is important that you are articulate, although we know it's Zoom. It's okay. I say a lot. It's fine. You can use short forms. and everything, but we're going to try and be as articulate as possible to capture the attention for as many people in the room. But if you're going to do anything on that day at all, please be you, because I want you to have a good time. We want you to have fun. We want you to sell your program the best that you can. We want you to enjoy your time at this event. So if you can forget everything I just said, the most important thing I want you to be is you. And I know it's going to be great because you've already volunteered to do this, and not just anybody does. So I know you're going to be fantastic, and we can't thank you enough. So the schedule of the day can be found at cambrianopenhouse.vfairs.com. And that will take you to a webpage. We'll show you the schedule. The schedule is also obviously found on the platform itself. When you go to the website, there's a register now button and a login button. If you've already registered as a guest for the open house, that's 100% okay. We're going to have to go in though and delete you as a guest, because you can only be a guest or like an admin, like someone that's working the booth. So if all of a sudden you can't sign in as a guest, it's because we've erased your ability to do so. Courtney and Angela's here. Angela's our student. She can give a wave. I don't know if everybody can see her. They're going to go in and make sure that you actually can't get in as a guest, and we're going to provide you with back-end access to the platform. And you're going to go to this page and you're going to hit the login button, and you'll have back-end access to the platform. We have lots of prizes. We always have prizes at these open houses. We always like to give away stuff. So actually, if anybody had registered by Monday, the end of the day on Monday, they had a chance to win a $500 Amazon gift card. That's a pretty awesome prize. We have other prizes, including a $2,500 scholarship. And this is just for showing up and filling out a form. There's a fire pit that was built by our welding and fabrication program. These fire pits are great. People love them. They fight over them every year. We also have a chance to win $10,000, and I'm talking cash. This is an incentive that we're running for an entire year. So September 1st, 2021 to August 31st, 2022. Anybody that fills out any form to attend any event, and it could be anything. It could be Spring Open House. It could be a tour. It could be meeting a recruiter. It could be anything. And that person, their name will go in to win a $10,000 cash prize. And obviously, as we all know, that's a lot of money. And a lot of people are a little scared about filling in forms because, you might get spammed with something, but I guarantee you we won't. We have no desire to spam anybody with anything. But it does go onto a mailing list. It's more than a mailing list though, because I'll tell you, we've been working really, really hard over the last 3 years on our communication. And we want to make sure that we're sending communications to people when they need it, with the information that they need, with making it fun too, like use videos and pictures and all these different things. So many of you might have received a newsletter from us that's written by myself and the marketing team and put together by the web designers. And so we've sent our open rate for our emails is double the industry standard. Our click rate is higher. There is no industry standard, by the way, for post-secondary education for text being returned, but we're at 11%. And we've sent over 30,000 text messages, and we've received 8 unsubscribes, 8 in 30,000. I was told that I was going to receive hundreds, if not thousands. So I think we're doing pretty good. So we encourage people to fill in those forms. We don't spam anybody. We just want to make sure we can stay connected. The other one is free pizza for a year. Seriously. Who doesn't want free pizza for a year? In actuality, it's a gift card that has the equivalent to what it would cost you to buy pizza for a year. And so the person's going to win that. And it could be to Toppers or Skip the Dishes or whatever they want. We'll just give them the amount of the gift card. But free pizza for a year is a great ring to it. So we're giving away free pizza for a year. Last thing for prizes, we have golden scratch cards that are going on the mail. And sorry, my background messes with it. This year, it's a fortune cookie. The fortune cookie actually was picked out by students in a focus group. They liked the idea of the fortune cookie, so they get a fortune cookie in the mail. If they open it up, there's a serial number on the inside. Most of you probably received one when you started at school. For anybody that has an offer for May or July of 2022, If they enter in that scratch card, they will receive a positive inception sweater. And anybody that has an offer and comes to the Spring Open House with their serial code and puts that serial code into one of our virtual booths will receive a Cambrian College branded Herschel backpack. We all love Herschel. It's all the craze, and we're super happy that we've been able to partner with Herschel to get our brand on their backpack. So every single person that brings in their card will get one of the backpacks. If anybody has an issue, can't find their backpack, there is a number on the site that they can call. But again, I'm your contacts. If you're talking to someone and they can't find their card or something like that, you're always welcome to text me and I can help out in any way. So we're going to go through the platform. Courtney's actually going to take over from here. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. You can see here. And yeah, I'll hand it over to Courtney because she's our platform star.
Okay, so even though this is for Zoom training, we do want to show you the platform so that you kind of have an idea of how it's going to occur, and also how potential students and attendees are getting to your live Zoom session. So everyone, you will have Zoom links in the background that you're going to access. So you're just going to click on your Zoom link and you're going to go into your Zoom link from the background. So you won't actually require to log in. As Ali mentioned, you won't be in this platform. You won't require to sign up for this platform. You will have a Zoom link that you will click on. It'll take you right into your Zoom session and you'll be good to go. So for attendees, when they come, they're going to get this URL to come here and register and log in. So we have this beautiful platform. It's from BFairs. It's used by many large institutions and other environments and other large organizations, which is really cool. So we have this big, beautiful website that talks about, how you register. So potential students can come in and they can register here or they can log in. We have this amazing countdown that tells us how soon open house is, which we're very excited. As Ali mentioned, there's some cool information here about prizes. And then there's reasons to register and attend Cambrian Spring Open House. So, and we have an agenda here of the live sessions for the day. So this is where you will all be, which is under the program information sessions. So we'll show you that within the platform. So in order for attendees to get into the platform, they're going to come in, they're going to log in for the day. They're going to be taken to this beautiful next screen, which has an awesome video from Ali, which she welcomes everyone as soon as it loads.
Hi, I'm Allison. Thank you for joining us at Cambrian College. We're so glad you're here. Have fun navigating our booth, and don't forget to join one of our many live sessions. Use our chat box feature. They're ready to answer any questions you have. You're going to have the best time here. I just know it.
We do know that you're going to have the best time, and that music just gets me every time, makes me want to dance. But we know you're going to have the best time and you're going to love this. So this is what the attendees are going to see. So they're going to come in and they're going to see, if you don't know, this is an actual 4D rendering of Cambrian College's campus from the view of the courtyard. So it's actually opposite side of where you enter from the main doors of the campus. So if you haven't had a chance to see yet, this is our beautiful courtyard. Perhaps, there's been snow and you might not have seen it, or you haven't been there yet. But this is what it looks like. What we really wanted to do is provide a virtual image of the campus so that even though people are joining us virtually, they can still get a feel of what it would be like to be actually at Cambrian College, which is great. So we love this 4D. We think it's pretty cool. So then the attendees would click anywhere. It says click here, but you can actually click anywhere. It'll zoom us through the courtyard, ta-da, into the lobby. So again, if you've ever been at Cambrian College, this is the exact lobby from Cambrian College. So what we've done is we provided the platform with images of our lobby and videos, and they've actually recreated it, which is so cool. So this is an actual 4D image of Cambrian College's lobby as soon as you walk in the front doors. And this is what we wanted to represent, is how Cambrian College would actually look at an in-person open house. This is exactly how it would look. We would have this beautiful Cambrian banner back here. We have an Ask Me desk. This is normally where we have our Ask Me desk, usually the first week of any intake. We're there welcoming people. We have this Ask Me sign. We always have lots of colorful balloons. We always have people with yellow Ask Me shirts who are there, who are volunteers or staff who are there to help with anything anyone needs. And of course, we have Bernie. So in case you don't know, Bernie is Cambrian College's mascot. He is a dragon or griffin. You know, there is an argument about that. But let's say he's a dragon. So he is our beautiful mascot, and he would actually be on campus during an open house. So we have him superimposed here, jumps up and down and waves. It's really cool. And then we have here a really cool video of how people can navigate through the platform. So in a nutshell, this is the platform. There's a lot of different tabs that they can explore. The first one is the program boost. So there are some of you that are on Zoom, which all of you in here are. And then we have some students who are actually in the program boost. So these are all the program and student services boosts, and you can scroll through them. And they're all listed by different programs. So some programs are clustered together, others are on their own. So you can scroll through and see all the beautiful booths, or there's a list of the booths here as well. So say, for example, if we're clicking on business, this is the booth for all the business programs. So it lists all the programs. It has a beautiful description of the programs and who will be representing. We have some really cool videos in each booth about the specific programs that are in those booths. So we have, lab videos and videos of students, all kinds of fun videos, competitions. And then for each booth, we also have this What Your Students Are Saying About Us video that Ali just showed, and a Discover Sudbury, because if everyone says yes to Cambrian, they're saying yes to Sudbury too at some point, we hope. And then they just click this beautiful view button and they will see the video, which is really cool. This document here is the Cambrian College Career Guide, which if they click on it, this has all of the programs that are listed in the information about each program, so they can scroll through and check it out. And then we have some direct links here. So Ali mentioned the scratch tickets. They would click here. It would bring up the page for them to fill out the information to get their awesome prize. We have a program info link here where it just provides information about each of the programs that is listed within the booth. So that is listed here. This next one is next steps. So that brings you to Cambrian College's website, and it talks about the next steps if you're an applicant or you've already applied or accepted your offer. And of course, people are coming to open house. We want them to apply or confirm their offer to come to Cambrian. So this is what these two call to action buttons are. So it drives back to our OCAS page, which you have all done and been on to apply for Cambrian at some point. So we're directing people back there in case they want to apply or confirm. We have a contact us sheet where they can fill out their information, and it goes directly to Alice and the recruitment team, and they'll get back to them on any questions that they have. This button here directs back to our contact page, which has all of our social media. And then we have this beautiful chat button. So for those of our students who are in the platform, they will use this chat box to chat with everyone. And this is where the attendees will chat with our booth representatives as well. So it's pretty cool. Any questions so far? Okay, awesome. So, I do see a question. No question. Okay, perfect. Okay, so where you will all be as part of the live sessions is here. If you click live sessions, the attendees will click this. Again, you won't be going through the platform. We're going to give you the direct link to Zoom, so don't worry. But they will click here, the attendees, and then they can see all of the live sessions that we have going on, as Ali mentioned. So your program live sessions are listed here. So as Ali mentioned, they are categorized by clusters. So there are business programs together, creative arts and design, and so forth, as Ali has mentioned earlier. On the day of the event, there'll be a big yellow button here that says join, and they'll be able to click on it, and it'll open up Zoom in another web browser, and they'll be able to enter the Zoom link from there. So within this Zoom, you will be with other students and your faculty and other faculty in different programs, as a lot of the programs are clustered together. And we know it's going to be a really fun session for you. The Faculty are awesome. They've done this quite a few times. So, and you know them all. You're with them every day. So it's really exciting that you get to be a part of this. So thank you. Any questions about the platform? Okay, awesome. So you will, the information email that Ali will send tomorrow will provide with the links on how to access your individual Zoom. So you'll be able to just click on the link, very similar to what you've done today for your training, and you'll be able to get into your Zoom session.
Thanks, Court.
Thank you.
So a few more minutes left. So how will doing this benefit you? So there's a few ways. Program pride. Obviously, you've volunteered to do this, so you must love your program, must love what you're doing, and Cambrian colors, or you wouldn't have done so. So you get to explain to everybody why it's so great to be in your program. This is a large-scale corporate event. It's huge. There's over 300, I believe, people working it. It's very big, and there's going to be hundreds of people that attend. And so you'll be building your networking and communication skills. Please put this on your resume. It's a big deal. You also receive a co-curricular record. If you don't know what a co-curricular record is, it's almost like a transcript you can print out at the end of your stay at Cambrian or during, and you can bring it to an interview in your portfolio, and you can show all the additional things that you've volunteered for while you've been at Cambrian. So afterwards, you will find this in your co-curricular record in your My Career portal in My Cambrian. This is going to sound really cliche and silly, but you will change someone's life on Saturday. You 100% will. We do it all the time in the recruitment office. You might not know that day that that's what you've done, but trust me, they're going to leave feeling secure and welcomed and happy and supported, and they're going to remember who did that, and it's going to be you. And so please keep in mind when you're talking to everybody that you're going to change their life. It's great. It's a great feeling. And you might even meet them in person one day or even in virtual again. So, but you also receive a $100 Amazon gift card, which is not too bad either. So don't miss the metaphorical bus. We're asking everybody to log into their Zoom, which you will receive tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. We do this just to make sure everybody's okay. The faculty's logging in at the same time, so everybody will be logging in. The platform doesn't open till 10 a.m. till guests, so no guests can actually enter into Zoom until 10 a.m. So you have about half an hour with your faculty and fellow students to make sure everything's working and to talk to the moderator and make sure all that's sorted out. The event itself is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And so that's when the platform will be open. And then we have an after party from 2 to 2:30, which is not mandatory, but it is a Zoom after party. We do this after every event, and we just spend half an hour talking about the day and how great it was. So we welcome you to join us, and you will be receiving that Zoom link from us as well. This is the number one question I get is, but I don't know all the answers. What do I do? And that's 100% okay. No one knows all the answers, and that's fine. I find that students ask student relevant questions. So they're not going to ask you admission questions or enrollment center questions. They're going to ask you questions you actually know the answer to. However, if they do ask you a question you don't know the answer to, it's fine not to know the answer, but I'm going to tell you how you can find out the answer if you wish to do so, or where you can find out where to send that person to get the answer. First of all, this is Nancy. Nancy's part of the recruitment team. She's in the Ask Us Anything Zoom room or live session. Nancy literally sits in this room for 4 hours, and people just come in and ask her any question they desire. If no one's asking her questions, she brings up different things that she can go through, like My Cambrian and websites and different things, until somebody has a question to ask her. So if someone has a question, you don't know the answer, you can always say, you can go visit the Ask Us Anything booth, and Nancy's there and she can help you out. We also have something called the Ask Me booth, which Courtney showed you when she was in the platform. It's the first booth when you go into the information booth. And this is staffed by 2 very experienced student success staff members. And so they will also have any answer that you may need, and that's in that booth. We have a WhatsApp group. So we use this at every event, and we find it's really great. It's a really great community thing. So there's going to be lots of people in this group. You can ask any question you want in the group, and there's an army of people there to answer for you. You might get an answer from a staff. You might get an answer from a fellow student. You never know. And you can literally put anything in here. I also use this as a community builder. So I'll ask questions. I ask you to send pictures and emojis and like screenshot the coolest thing you saw today and like put it in there. And it's just a really fun way to stay connected, even though we're all virtual. This is not mandatory as well. It's something that you can use if you want to. It's WhatsApp. If you don't know what it is, it's free. It's encrypted. It's safe. It's good to use on any cell phone. And so that's entirely up to you. And you will receive a QR code on how to join this group. And then there's me. I'm your person. So that is my cell phone number. That is my personal cell phone number. You're welcome to text me. I already received some texts this evening from people, so thank you so much. You're going to receive my cell phone also in the email. Please contact me on Saturday using text or WhatsApp. Try not to use email, only because there's lots of ways to reach me, and email is usually the last thing I check just because there's a lot of things going on. Texting gets my attention, so please feel free to text me anytime. I'm here for you. This is my entire role on Saturday, is to make sure that you guys are comfortable and set to go and you have everything that you need. So feel free to reach out. We have a contingency plan. We don't like contingency plans because you spend an entire meeting talking about all the things that could go wrong at an event. We don't like that because we work very hard at these things. But if something goes wrong in the vFairs platform, everybody's joining the Zoom rooms. So all of a sudden, if like all these people start joining your room for some reason, it's possible that the vFairs platform went down and all of the students are going to be joining the program booths just because they're two separate entities. And if vFairs goes down, then we have Zoom as a backup. But that's not going to happen. Right, Courtney?
That's never going to happen. Nope.
No way.
Nope.
Does anybody have any questions? Thank you for the thumbs up. I like Ash's kitty thumbs up over here. It's just like constant enthusiasm. I love it. Thanks, Ash. Okay, so tomorrow, like we've alluded to, you're going to receive a very detailed email from myself. I did not write it, Courtney did. We joke with Courtney because she writes the most detailed emails, but they're really important, and it's literally going to have everything in there you possibly could need about accessing the platform, what to do once you're in the platform, what you're going to do in the Zoom room. It's going to come with backgrounds like I have here. We understand not everybody can use backgrounds, but you'll have these. It's going to have a spreadsheet with your login information. It's going to have my phone number. It's going to have all these different things. Please take time to review the email. It's going to have all the information in there. It's also going to have a recording to this training. So if you want to review that, you can. It's going to have lots of resources and different things in there. So don't be frightened at the length of it and how many things it comes with. It's all very important information. It's just going to make sure that you're ready to go. And you're going to get that email tomorrow. So you have access tomorrow. As soon as you have that email, you have access. You can go in there. You can figure things out. If for some reason you can't get in, please text me or email me and we'll figure it out for you. We always suggest that you go in a bit early just so you can play around and you can see what's up. And so even though you're not going to spend a lot of time on the platform, it is really important that you can go in there. Access to the platform tomorrow. Yes.
You won't have access to the platform itself, but you'll have your Zoom links.
Oh, sorry. That's right. This is the Zoom session. We have too many training sessions, Courtney. Yeah. So,
we have too many today. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to get your Zoom links tomorrow to log in to your Zoom room. Yeah. You're going to get all that tomorrow. Again, if you have any questions or something's not working or anything, I'm your person and you can reach out to me at any time. All right, if there's no questions, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for taking time out of your evening, and we can't wait to see you on Saturday. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.